personal questions asking if we had if something happened with you, but here we are. You're back. You're ready for your wrestling debut, and I tell you what better way to start it than a great dual meet like this one between West Delaware and Solon?
Well, Jamie, it's great to be back in the saddle and back watching some fantastic wrestling and taking care of some contractual duties and some family obligations, and have to do those things. And I love doing those things, but you know what? I also love being a part of this KMCH broadcasting family. It's good to be back here, and it's good to be back with you as my partner, chief statistician, chief color man, the wrestling expert, the guy with all the facts. It's good to be back, and you're exactly right, Jamie. We've got a 14-round heavyweight boxing match here tonight, and you've got a team that's very good in West Delaware, probably an excellent team in West Delaware, and you've got another excellent team in the Solon Spartans as they are fresh off their third-place finish at that 33-team wrestling tournament at Independence on Saturday. That's quite a feat. They were the top Iowa team at that very, very tough tournament, putting on a very good show, but also the West Delaware Hawks put on quite a show here Saturday, scoring almost 300 points and winning the Bob Murphy Invitational. So you got two heavyweights, and they're going to go at it tonight.
Absolutely. As we start season number 13, you and I, we get to start it with a great WAMAC Conference dual meet here tonight. As we take a look at the starting lineups here tonight, we will start tonight's duel at 195 pounds, and at 195, it'll be Jordan Brees, the senior for the Hawks, taking on someone you probably saw in the football field in that game you called, Adam Bach, the senior from Solon. At 220 pounds, it'll be Ben Petlin, the junior for the Hawks, taking on Mike Hoyle, an outstanding senior from Solon. At heavyweight, it'll be Carson Petlin, a sophomore for West Delaware, taking on Michael Broghammer, junior for Solon. At 106 pounds, it'll be Blake Engel, the freshman for the Hawks, taking on freshman Colin Ottoson of Solon. 113 pounds, Luke Farmer, the junior for the Hawks. He will be taking on Jacoby Loire, a freshman for Solon. 120, it'll be the junior Evan Woods from West Delaware, taking on Lucas Campman, a freshman for Solon. At 126, it'll be Stavely Mowry or Riley Dolan, either one a sophomore. At 126, they'll take on Hayden Taylor, a freshman for the Spartans. At 132, one of our featured matchups, it'll be Ryan Phillips, the senior from West Delaware, taking on Zeb Ganida, a junior for Solon. Another featured matchup will be at 138. It'll be Jaden Payton, the great freshman for West Delaware, taking on Aiden Dahl, the senior from Solon. At 145, it'll be Cale Meyer, the sophomore for the Hawks, taking on either Colton Spillman, the senior, or Caleb Ebert, a sophomore. At 152, it'll be Mitchell Mangold, the senior for the Hawks. He'll take on Zach Bevins, a senior for Solon. At 160, it'll be West Delaware sophomore Jared Voss. He will be taking on a senior from Solon in Andy Brokaw. At 170, it'll be Wyatt Volker, the freshman for West Delaware, taking on Jack Splin, a junior for the Spartans. And at 182, it'll be Jack Newhouse, the junior for the Hawks, taking on Seamus Poynton, a junior for the Spartans. And again, when our dual meet is over, we will send it, hopefully there'll be some time, we'll send it to Hawkeye Basketball in progress as the Cy-Hawk series rolls on here tonight. Iowa State leading the Hawkeyes currently 20-16. That game was 12 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in the first half. We're going to take a break for our national anthem, and we'll come back with the start of this duel at 195 pounds, Jordan Brees and Adam Bach. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Tonight's a great time to try the new stuffed crust pizza at Pizza Ranch. Have one delivered while you're listening to the game, grab one for carryout, or enjoy the Pizza Ranch buffet. Then satisfy your sweet tooth with some chocolate cactus bread. Pizza Ranch in Manchester, Independence, and Owine.
Contact me, Chad Frazier, at BC Land Services in Earlville for all your maintenance projects such as tree removal and trimming, small dirt work projects, lawn seeding, and more. BC Land Services is fully insured and licensed. Contact me at 563-590-8074 or on Facebook. And best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
This is Sarah from It's So Me Boutique in downtown Dyersville, inviting you to stop in, look around, and let us assist you in finding the perfect outfit for any occasion. We offer fashion-forward trends for women, including plus sizes, baby clothes, shoes, and fun accessories to complete any look. It's So Me Boutique in the heart of downtown Dyersville. And check out our Facebook page.
Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
Hello, this is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors in Independence. We are proud to support local school programs. So if you are looking for a new Chevy, Buick, or certified used car or truck, or just want to stop and say hi, stop in. That's Dunlap Motors in downtown Independence.
Clayton Drug supports all the area athletes and coaches on a successful season. Stop in and visit with one of their pharmacists today and be sure to check out their large selection of home decor and gift items. Clayton Drug in Strawberry Point, a local pharmacy you can trust.
For the best selection of Chevy, Buick, and GMCs in the area, see Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester. We offer straightforward pricing and carry a low overhead, so we can pass those savings on to you. We also take care of you after the sale and offer a state-of-the-art service department with ASE trained technicians. For a full list of our inventory, visit us on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed, back along with you. We're going to start at 195 pounds. It'll be Jordan Brees, the senior for the Hawks, taking on a senior for Solon, Adam Bach. As again, 195 pounds, a great start for West Delaware earlier tonight as the West Delaware JV won 17 matches and lost only 5. So a great showing by the West Delaware JV here tonight. Our officials for tonight's duel are Mr. Eric Eckerman and Mr. Jeff Nance. So our officials is Eric Eckerman will be our head official here, as Jeff Nance will be the assistant here. We're underway at 7:21.
Well, Jamie, just starting this, there's a nice high crotch by Brees. Didn't quite finish there, but he got in deep. 2 physical specimens up here, 195, with Adam Bach and Jordan Brees. I tell you what, if you put them back to back without their faces, it'd be hard to tell them apart. But very physical, both very good athletes, and Brees going to work on that overhook on the right side of Bach and trying to shoot that high crotch there. Bach doing a nice job now keeping that right leg back. So that's going to force Brees to take a shot at the other side. There's a double leg by Bach in deep. Nice down block by Brees. Nice front headlock by Brees. And he's going to snap the head of Bach and couldn't quite cut the corner. And Bach's going to back out, and they're back into neutral. So shot, reshot, both of these guys in, and neither shot hitting their mark so far with 1:10 left to go. Again, just underway at weight class 195 in this WAMAC clash of the Titans here. Probably the 2 favorite teams on the east side here, Jamie. And the winner of this duel will have a good shot at winning that WAMAC East as the season progresses. Also, we got to talk about conference seedings as the season goes on, too. These matches are very, very important. A lot of hand fighting going on right now. Very physical is Brees. Very physical is Bach. There's Bach in on another double, deep double. Nice down block again by Brees. Brees goes back with the front headlock, trying to cut the corner to the right side of Bach. Bach squares him off, blocks Brees off, and Brees can't quite get the corner, and they're back to neutral again with 29 seconds left to go. So, Bach in again on a double, but those heavy hips of Jordan Brees prevents Bach from getting him up off the mat. So nice job by Brees. Like to see Brees go back to work with that high crotch, Jamie, as he was very close to getting Bach off the mat. So we'll see if he continues. 10 seconds left to go in period number 1. Slide by attempt by Brees, and Bach is going to square him up. 4 seconds left to go, and the first period is going to end with zeros up on the scoreboard. So this is one of those toss-up matches. You got 2 thoroughbreds going at it, Jamie, and we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be, it looks like Solon is going to take the odd matches here, as Bach will have his choice, and he will go down to start the second period. And again, it's important that these coaches and wrestlers go out before the meet starts, and they flip for their choice in matches. So it looks like Solon will take the odd matches, so Bach will go down, and Brees will start on the right side, quickly pops over to the left side, sits over that right heel of Bach, comes with a hard crossface from right to left, and Bach's trying to control that right arm of Brees as he's trying to load up a cross-face cradle. Brees doing a great job sitting over that ankle and keeping Bach from hitting his stand-up. Nice job by Brees again, heavy on the hands, making Adam Bach carry his weight, and we're going to get a stalemate right there from our official. And, Jamie, this official's going to make him wrestle tonight.
Well, I think that was the main talking point in his pre-match was if you come out and you're going to wrestle hard, I'm going to reward you. If you don't wrestle hard, then we're going to start having some issues. So these two definitely have to keep that momentum going here. But like you said, just this kind of you're starting with that round. You talked about a 14-round heavyweight battle here tonight. I tell you what, this is the first round of that here with these two outstanding wrestlers.
Well, Jordan Brees has Adam Bach belly down on the center of the mat. He went to a deep waist and far ankle and drove Bach right down to the Resolite. He's trying to scoop a chicken wing on the right side of Bach. He's got it scooped up as Bach comes back to all fours, and Brees trying to drive him forward. Brees now with the chicken wing out to the side, trying to crank it from left to right. And Bach is going to post him, brace him off with that right leg. Now, Brees goes over the top. He's going to try to circle. He might snap Bach back. He's got Adam Bach on his back, looking for the fall. 30 seconds left to go. Jordan Brees has Adam Bach on his back. We'll see if he can get the fall as he's trying to square up. Referee down looking close. There's the fall. There's the fall in 3:38. What a start for the Hawks, Jamie Baskey. We hope the pin bug shows up tonight. And that's a big one for Jordan Brees. And that's just a great job on top. I think Adam Bach took down and thinking it was going to be easy to get escape. And that just shows you the toughness of Jordan Brees on top.
Well, it certainly did. And, you could see him. He was working, and he finally kept circling enough. You mentioned he had that chicken wing locked up. And then he went over and he just basically, he took, you don't normally just try to pull someone back like he did, but it worked, and a great job there by Jordan Brees to put the Hawks up 6-0 here in this dual meet after one match.
Well, we're going to bump up the weight class 220 now, and again, a couple of ponies out here going at it. Mike Hoyle for the Spartans, fresh off his championship Saturday. He's ranked fourth, currently ranked fourth in Class 2A. There's a nice shot by Ben Petlin in deep. He shot to the outside single. Mike Hoyle now is going to load up a cradle. He's going to try to hit a drive cradle on Ben Petlin. And he's got Petlin on his back in a drive cradle. Could be a fall. Petlin trying to swerve, trying to roll, trying to get himself off. And he finally breaks the grip of Hoyle. Hoyle comes with a hard crossface from right to left. He's going to pick up 3 on the near fall. Now he's going to cut Petlin loose for 1. And gives a couple of big shoves to Ben Petlin off the edge of the mat. So 4-1. He only got 2 near fall, Jamie. I thought he had 3 on that. The referee only gave him 2 near falls. It's 4-1 up on the scoreboard. Give credit for not giving up the fall there, Jamie. We talked about last Thursday in that tough duel with Waverly. You don't give up a couple of falls, you win that duel, and we'll see if the Hawks have got some grittiness here tonight.
Well, you could see right away. And I think Coach Voss noticed the difference in that from last Thursday to last Saturday and how much better, how much more aggressive the Hawks were as Hoyle gets in on another takedown here, just another snap and spin by him as he's going to pick up near fall. But just that grittiness to stay off your back, I think, is just what Ben Petlin's doing here.
Well, when you get in a tough duel like this every point's going to count. And right now, Hoyle's trying to slap a cross body in on Petlin, and Petlin's trying to scoop his right heel and go to a short sit, and Hoyle's going to readjust himself and kick the leg out. And Ben Petlin looking for the white edge of the mat here, and he finds it. We're going to go back to center. It's 6-1 with 12 seconds left to go in the first period. And the junior from West Delaware is showing some fight here with the highly ranked and highly gifted Hoyle from Solon, trying to intimidate Ben Petlin just a little bit, but Petlin not having anything to do with that as he comes right back to the center and gets set. 9 seconds left to go. Tight waist by Hoyle, and Hoyle taking a look at Coach Williams for some pointers. There's an outside stand-up attempt by Petlin, and a tight waist by Hoyle is going to drive Petlin back down to the mat as our first period comes to a close. And Jamie, Ben Petland weathered that first 2 minutes. We'll see what he can do for the last 4.
And I'm not real sure if Hoyle didn't realize how much time was left on the clock because he went optional start with 12 seconds left, and he ended up coming up and covering. But yeah, that's exactly right. As quick switch by Hoyle, you're gonna see why Mike Hoyle's ranked 4th in the state. A quick switch and reversal, and he just goes right in and catches Petland on his back.
Yeah, I did a nice hip heist off that switch, and Ben Petland now trying to bridge, trying to get him punch that left arm through, and Hoyle's doing a nice job. There's the fall. There's a fall of 2:21 as Hoyle came right back with a switch, good hip heist, and he caught Ben Petland on his back. And I tell you what, when Mike Hoyle gets on top, Jim, it's awful hard to bridge that stoutness off. So knotted up at 6s. A fall for the West Delaware Hawks and a fall for the Spartans. Going up the weight class, 285. And we've got the outstanding sophomore from West Delaware, Carson Petland, taking on Michael Broghammer from Solon. And those big tree trunk ankles of Carson Petland, he can't wrap the green leg band around it, so referee's going to put it in his back pocket. And Petland will surely have the size advantage here. And our match is underway. Again, nice slide by Petland. He's going to snap Broghammer down to the mat. He's going to reverse half Nelson in. Referee down, looking for the fall. There's the fall in 22 seconds. Unbelievable, Jamie Vasky, as Carson Petland hit a picture-perfect slide-by and absolutely threw Michael Broghammer down to the mat off that slide-by, locked up a reverse half Nelson as Broghammer tried to roll through, and in 22 seconds, it's now 12-6.
Hell, I tell you what, you're right. Petland looked like he was in trouble there when he took him down to the mat, but like you said, did a great job. He composed himself. Didn't get rolled through, which it looked like he might have there, but he settled in and got the fall, and the pin belt getting passed around early on here.
Well, that was 22 seconds, and that's probably a record for the sophomore, Ben Petland, a fall in 22 seconds. So the West Delaware Hawks take a 12-6 lead on the Solon Spartans after 3 matches, and now we're at weight class 106, and we've got 2 outstanding freshmen going at it. Blake Engel for the West Delaware Hawks, taking on Colin Otteson for the Solon Spartans. And Engel out quickly with a 2-point takedown off a nice sweep single, and he's up on top being very physical with a tight waist, looking for a tilt off that tight waist. He's going to chop that right arm. Now he's going to go behind and lock up a ball and chain and maybe a cradle. No, he's got a ball and chain. He's got a chicken wing, and he's got Otteson going to his back. He's going to step around the head. He's got a half Nelson with his leg. He's got the ball and chain locked up. He's arching his back. Picture-perfect form there. And he's looking for another fall here. Otteson trying to bridge up. There's the fall. 4 matches, 4 falls in 53 seconds. The freshman from West Delaware, 6th freshman from Solon in 53 seconds. Jamie Vasky, we were just kind of kidding about the pin bugs showing up, but I'll tell you what, there's an epidemic so far here at the West Delaware Cedos Gymnasium tonight as the West Delaware Hawks are 3 for 3 and making it look easy up to this point.
Oh, they really are, and a great job there by Blake Engel, putting the Hawks up 18-6 in this dual meet. Now, you mentioned 4 matches, 4 falls early on in this dual meet as Luke Farmer taking on Jacoby Lahr here. Again, Hawks leading 18-6.
Well, there was a nice high crotch by Farmer, and he cut across to a double. And he set Lahr on his backside and then tried to climb the body as he did. Lahr came to a stand-up and stood up and faced Farmer, but they were off the edge of the mat. So we're going to get a restart. There's another nice stand-up by Lahr. He's got good hand control on Farmer. He came right to his feet, and Farmer's going to pick him up and carry him off the edge of the mat. So we'll get a restart again. Orange and black faithful to our left, out in droves as it was parents' night here, as the West Delaware Hawk wrestlers and cheerleaders covered the wrestling mat tonight with their with their parents and wrestlers. There's a tilt attempt by Farmer as Lars came to a stand-up, and Farmer's going to pick up a 2-point near fall off that tilt. Tight waist tilt as Lars came to a stand-up. Farmer just caught him and front tripped him and rolled him through and caught him for the 1001 and 1002 count. There's a referee dishing out the 2-point near fall. 57 seconds left to go in period 1. And Luke Farmer for the West Delaware Hawks trying to score some more points here with a solid right. One thing, Jamie, that the Hawks are doing is they're controlling the hips of the Spartans right now. And as we say, if your hips are covered, you know, it's pretty hard to get free.
Oh, it is. And if your hips aren't free, you're going to be in trouble. And if you get locked up in a Luke Farmer cradle, you're going to be in trouble too.
There's the fall. There's the fall in 137. The outstanding junior from West Delaware, Luke Farmer, with a nice cross-face cradle, catches Lahr on that stand-up. Lahr made the freshman mistake as he came to an inside stand-up and kept his head down. And you can see Blake Williams telling him right now, he came to that inside stand-up, and Farmer caught him with a picture-perfect cradle. And I tell you what, he was flat on the mat and 24-6.
Yeah, great job there by Luke Farmer. Like you said, he had his head down. That's a cardinal sin when you're coming up. When you get your head down near your knee, or you put that head anywhere near your knee, you're going to have troubles, and that's what happened there. As we take a quick recap here, as Evan Woods taking on Lucas Campman. As I can only imagine there's probably some relation. That isn't Aaron an assistant? Isn't his dad an assistant at Solon for the football team, Aaron Campman?
If
I'm not mistaken,
you are probably right, Jamie.
I'm not sure if there's relation there or not, but quickly Evan Woods out to a takedown and looking for a fall. He's got 2 near fall already. Well, now looking for the fall.
Solon there's the fall right there in 40 seconds. I was just going to say, Jamie, Solon has 4 freshmen in a row here, and the West Delaware Hawks have a junior in Farmer, a junior in Woods, and they've got a sophomore in Stavely Mowry with a lot of varsity experience. So these freshmen for Solon are getting their Riley Dolan. All right, Riley Dolan's going to take the mat here for Stavely Mowry tonight. And tell you what, the Hawks are doing what you should do, Jamie, when you got the advantage in grades here. In experience, the Hawks are showing their experience right here. There's a nice slide by here by the freshman from Solon. That's going to be Hayden Taylor. Hayden Taylor with the slide by. Very physical looking Hayden Taylor. He is also a freshman here at 126 pounds, but there's Riley Dolan going to square him off. Dolan with a nice overhook on Taylor. Taylor's probably going to pick up a 2. There's a 2-point takedown right there by Taylor as he catches both legs of Riley Dolan. And just happens to right on the edge of the mat. Taylor kept his toes in.
As we take a quick recap of the dual meet, we started at 195 pounds. Jordan Brees of West Delaware pinned Adam Bach of Solon 3 minutes and 38 seconds, as it's going to be Hayden Taylor picking up another 2-point takedown here over Riley Dolan. At 220 pounds, Mike Hoyle, ranked number 4 for the Spartans, pinned Ben Petlin in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. At heavyweight, Carson Petlin with a 22-second fall over Michael Brookhammer. That put the Hawks up 12-6. As Blake Engel at 106 put the Hawks up 18-6 with a fall in 53 seconds over Colin Otteson. At 113, Luke Farmer with a 1 minute 37-second fall over Jacoby Lahr. And Evan Woods at 120 with a 40-second fall over Lucas Campman, making our team score right now 30-6. As another escape for Dolan, it's now 4-2 here at 126 pounds. Dolan trailing, Riley Dolan trailing Hayden Taylor with 30 seconds left to go in period number 1.
Well, Jamie, I like what Riley Dolan's doing here. He's really being heavy on the head of Taylor. There's Taylor with a nice boot scoot, nice high crotch on Dolan. I was just going to say Dolan was doing a very nice job being very heavy on the head of Taylor, and Taylor Taylor caught Dolan just relaxing just a little bit off that head pressure and hit him with a boot scoot to the right side, covered his hips for another 2-point takedown. It's now 6-2 with 4 seconds left to go in period 1. So 6-2, the freshman for Solon up on the sophomore from West Delaware. That's going to be Taylor's choice. He's going to choose down to start period number 2. Well, we've got KJ Pilcher in the house. I liked his comment about the West Delaware Hawks, Jamie. Spooky good in that first article, that the preseason article that he wrote. Spooky good. So I'm not quite sure what that means, but we're seeing a little bit of a glimpse of it right here as the Hawks are so far doing what spooky good teams do, and that's work for the fall and get the fall.
No, it is him, and you mentioned him here tonight doing of course, doing the television broadcast here tonight with Dick Briggs, former Cedar Rapids Jefferson head wrestling coach. So always good to see KJ in the house as well, and Coach Briggs as well.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's going to be a 1-point penalty against Dolan as he went to an inside wrist and a half Nelson, and he got that half Nelson a little bit close to the inside wrist. Our referee's going to call a full Nelson on that. And that's a questionable call, but, you know, once that hand gets up around the neck, they got to call it. And Dolan gets called for a full Nelson there. No pressure at all on Taylor. There's a nice inside wrist. Dolan's going to roll it out and try to set up. Oh, boy. Nice scramble by Taylor. Dolan had an inside wrist and rolled it out to a bar and had almost had Haspin set up to throw Taylor on his back, and Taylor wiggled that arm loose, and now he comes to a short sit, now a stand-up, 1-point escape by Taylor. It's 8-2 with 50 seconds left. There's a nice drop-down ankle pick attempt by Dolan, but he didn't clear that right arm as Taylor's got a 2-on-1 Russian tie on the right side. Dolan trying to drag out of it. And Taylor's got that locked up pretty tight. Now Dolan's going to free it. Now a nice double shot by Dolan on the edge of the mat. And Taylor's going to back up. We'll see if Riley's on here, Jamie, as Taylor comes very slowly back to the middle of the mat.
Yeah, and, kind of if you can get in there and keep a high pace here if you're Riley Dolan. Like you said, maybe get him tired a little bit here.
There's a nice shot there by Dolan. Let's see if he can put a leg in. He's going to have to put a leg in there, Jamie, as Taylor's going to throw him to the mat. And now Dolan finds himself on the mat. Taylor with the reverse half Nelson, a high bridge by Dolan. Then there's the fall. There's the fall by Hayden Taylor. As Dolan shot in on a shot, climbed the body, and as he did, Taylor threw him to his back, and Riley Dolan tried to get that cross-body leg. If he could have got the leg in, Jamie, I think that would have saved him. He couldn't quite get it in, and there we go. We'll take a short time out. We'll catch our back to a feature match. Stay with us. You listen to Walmack Wrestling on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, West Delaware leading Solon 30-12 as we're up to 132 pounds. Ryan Phillips taking on Zeb Ganida as Phillips quickly out with a 2-point takedown on Ganida. He was looking for some near fall points, had that cross-face cradle locked up. Ganida able to fight that off, but good takedown to start this match by Ryan Phillips. Now he's got a chicken wing in on the right, that half Nelson on the left, looking for those bonus points, and I think that's what Coach Voss was really looking forward to seeing out of the Hawks this year, Roger, was kind of that fight to come out and when you kind of like a shark, smell blood and go after it.
Well, it's always a challenge. You always like to challenge your guys just to see how good you can be and how good you can get. And we've got this one of our featured matches right here. You got two outstanding wrestlers, and Phillips, the senior for West Delaware, and Ganida, the junior for the Spartans. And
both wrestlers ranked, Roger, is Ganida ranked number 4 in the state, Phillips ranked number 7. So great matchup here to at 132 pounds.
Yes, and so far it's been all Phillips, and Phillips now with the chicken wing back on that right side, chicken wing on the right, inside wrist on the left. Now he's going to slide that up to a half Nelson, a.k.a. Nathan Baskey's favorite move, chicken wing, half Nelson. Going to try to roll him forward, roll him up on that. Gonida with good hand control. Phillips is going to have to readjust. Now Gonida will stand up, free that right arm, and turn and face Phillips for a one-point escape with 31 seconds left to go in period number 2. It's 2-1 with Ryan Phillips and Zeb Gonida going at it. And there's a slow single shot by Gonida, too far away, easy to fight off by Phillips. Phillips coming right back in that staggered stance, leading with his right leg. There's a 2-on-1 Russian tie now by Gonida. He's trying to cut the corner on Phillips. Phillips will block him off with an underhook on his left side. Now an inside wrist controlled by Phillips. Nice job of hand fighting. There's a low single shot by Phillips. He's in deep, and the buzzer is going to sound, and we're going to go to period number 3. Period number two. It's going to be Phillips' choice. He's going to defer over to Gonida, and Gonida will choose down. Period number 3 up on our scoreboard, Jamie. They'll have to.
And that's Jeff Harris. We're going to have to let him know that.
Going to have to.
And I'm sure he'll be so happy to know that we're paying attention to that.
Well, there's but even a nicer lift and return by Phillips as he drove across, picked up an inside leg, lifted Gonida up on the mat. He came down with a Turkin on the right leg of Gonida, and Gonida's going to scissor it out and go belly down. Now a nice stand up by Gonida, and Phillips going to let him loose. And it's going to be 2-2 now with 1:35 now. They've got that set on the scoreboard. There's a low single shot by Gonida. Nice front headlock by Phillips. Let's see if he can turn this into some points. See if he can cut the corner on Gonida. Gonida up. There's a nice snap down by Phillips. There's a nice windmill out of it. Let's see if he can pick up 2. Gonida counters him. Low shot by Phillips. Phillips going to cut across to a double. Beautiful chain wrestling right there, Jamie Vaskey from the senior from West Delaware.
It was. It looked like he was what he initially wanted to do was dump Gonida down to the mat, but when he didn't, when it wasn't able to do that, Gonida kind of locked up with him and threw a whizzer in, but a great job by Ryan Phillips to drive through it and pick up that takedown.
Well, that's the difference. So many times the wrestlers try to stop and they try to pull things to you. They pull. And Ryan did a great job using his feet, using his legs, using his hips, and drove across Gonida, picked up the 2. It's now 4-2 with 57 seconds left to go in period 2. There's a nice chop, tight waist by Phillips. He comes up with a chicken wing again on the right side of Gonida. Gonida with a stand-up. Phillips now trying to snap Gonida over. We're going to get potentially dangerous from our official as Ryan Phillips' right arm and that right chicken wing went past 90 degrees. So potentially dangerous. Official right on the spot there. Stopped it. 45 seconds left to go. Phillips up 4-2. Our dual meet score now is 30-12. All matches have been settled by falls. Nice switch attempt there by Gonida. Even nicer counter by Phillips as he went deep waist and attacked the free arm of Gonida. Gonida went right back down to his belly. Phillips now with that chicken wing on the right side. He's going to put a cross body right in on the left. Got to be careful here. He's trying to tilt Gonida. Gonida now trying to high leg over. Phillips jumps over, jumps side, trying to run the chicken wing with a half Nelson. And he's got Gonida's face buried in the middle of the mat, trying to cut the corner with 9 seconds left to go. Now we're going to get potential dangerous one more time as that right shoulder of Gonida was almost dislocated from the pressure that Ryan Phillips was driving that chicken wing with. So official right on the spot, 7.7 seconds left to go. So, Phillips, you don't want to give up a point here. Up 4-2. Again, one of our featured matches here. And there's a stand-up by Gonida, back trip by Phillips, and it's going to be Phillips' choice to start period number 3. See where it goes. And he's going to go down on the mat. Well, always felt like last year, Jamie, this was a weak spot by Ryan Phillips, being down underneath. He's tough on his feet. He's tough on top. And we'll see how he fares here. Again,
and I think it's a matter of just keeping that motion, and that's what you got to do if you're Ryan Phillips here. You got to keep wrestling, chain wrestling, because we just saw in that match, with Luke Farmer and Jacoby Lahr. If you sit for any certain amount of time, that's an opportunity. We saw Luke Farmer lock up a cradle because of it. You got to keep moving from the second the whistle blows till you get up and come to your feet. We're going to get a stalemate. But for Ryan Phillips on this restart, very important that he just gets going right off the whistle.
Yeah, they didn't move. They didn't move only about 6 inches off the center starting marks. And our official called a stalemate there. Gennett up. He's tough on top. Tries to throw a cross-body right in on the right side of Phillips. Phillips does a nice job with the mule kick. Kicks that leg free. Now Phillips trying to come to a stand-up. Short sit, trying to come to a stand-up. Gennett applying a lot of forward pressure. 1:13 left to go in this match. There's a tilt attempt by Gennett as he's got the left arm of Phillips trapped across his waist, trying to tight waist tilt with that. 2-on-1 now by Gennett. He's got the left arm of Ryan Phillips trapped underneath. We're going to get stalling against Phillips right there. And you were right, Jamie, about sitting around. There's a warning for stalling against Phillips. Now stand up by Phillips.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
And he's up to his feet now. He's working some hand control on Gennett. Gennett's got to try to return Phillips. There's Gennett trying to tilt on the return, and Phillips has to roll through.
That's the situation right there when they rolled through. An opportunity for Ryan Phillips to come right back up to his feet. He sat and he went right back up in kind of in that. He's kind of hunched over, not letting Gennett trying to not let Gennett get the legs in instead of popping right back up and keeping that motion going.
Well, you're exactly right. And now Gennett with a cross-body ride on Phillips. 21 seconds left to go. Got a cross-body ride. And that's Gennett with a 2-on-1. Double inside wrist. They're stalling against Phillips. There's one on Gennett. It's going to be 4-3 now. 10 seconds left to go. Gennett looking for a tilt. Phillips now trying to come to his feet. 4 seconds left to go in this match. And Ryan Phillips is going to do a good job of winning this match 4-3. Jamie, I'd like to see a little bit more action in that third period.
Yeah, I agree. You know, that was a situation, you know, you kind of talked about it in that, you know, where you said he's so good out of the top and on their feet. And, you know, we were just talking I just having a conversation with Sam Phillips on Saturday where I think he said, Ben Askren said, you know, so many guys try to go down, good guys, elite guys think they need to go down because they need to get better there. Well, go where you're comfortable, on your feet, on top, and try to go to where you can score.
Well, that's exactly right. And, you know, that was a 4 minutes of domination there by Phillips on his feet. And on top, there's a nice single with an inside trip. This is the outstanding freshman, Jaden Payton for West Delaware, taking on Aiden Dahl. He's a fine senior from Solon. And a nice inside trip there by Payton. And he took Dahl right down quickly to his back, but Dahl rolled through. Nice job there by the freshman, getting in deep on that shot and finishing it. And again, that's what you preach in the wrestling room, Jamie. Don't sit. Once you make that good shot, you come up with it, you finish it. Don't give your opponent a chance to counter. There's a nice butcher by Payton. Let's see if he can turn Dahl to his back with it. He's got the right arm of Aiden Dahl wrapped across his underneath. Now it goes to ball and chain. He's going to stack Dahl up. Might have some back points there. He might end up with a drive cradle here, trying to lock it up. Trying to get his head in the right side of Dahl. Dahl now is reaching back and trying to grab the right leg of Payton. Payton now goes to a hard crossface, tries to trap the leg. He's got the leg of Aiden Dahl turked, and now Dahl's going to roll through. Payton's going to push back. He's got a half Nelson with his foot. Dahl might end up picking up a 2-point reversal. Let's see if Payton can trade 2 for 2 here. No points by our official. We'll see how this fares out. There's a roll through by Payton, and he's got Dahl on his back. Dahl off the bat, but Payton supporting points in. There's a fall. There's a fall in 127 by the freshman as he comes out in a scramble, Jamie Vasky, on top of the senior. And holds him flat, gets the slap from the mat and what do you know, the Hawks are up 39-12.
Yeah, great job there coming out. And, you know, not going up against the senior, comes out, gets that first takedown. And like you said, he was in a scramble situation, but did such a great job coming up and catching Dahl on his back, coming up on top. As coming out on top. So great job there by Jaden Payton.
Well, that's what you like to see there. And just a super fantastic job there by the freshman. Now we're going to see the super soft from West Delaware, Kale Meyer. And we're not sure who they've got out on the mat, Jamie. Colton Spillman or Caleb Ebert. This might be Caleb Ebert for the Spartans here.
Yeah.
Double leg takedown by Kellmeyer as he got in deep. As he got in deep and covered the hips of Ebert up. And now he's got a tight waist. He's got a head lever on the left side of Ebert, doing a great job applying pressure. Now his scoop stay goes from a head lever to a chicken wing on the right.
It is Colton Spillman.
Oh, it is Colton. Good. Senior. Colton Spillman. Dale Meyer trying to load a chicken wing up on Spillman. And Spillman's going to wing that down and free his arm. So I'll go to a cross face. On the right side, I'm going to set up a cross-face cradle. Kel Meyer's got Spillman going to his back and a cross-face cradle. And Spillman's going to kick out of it, but it's going to be a 3-point near fall, 2-point near fall by Meyer. It worked so well the first time, he's going to try it again. He's going to try it a second time as he's got the left arm of Spillman wrapped across his waist. He's going to plant his hand, post his hand behind the left knee. He's got the cradle locked up. This time he locks up a little tighter. Then he takes Spillman to his back. Referee, there's the fall again in 121. I'm not sure, Jamie, that any of the West Delaware Hawks has got to wear the pin belt for more than a minute and a half as once again attacks the Spartans. This time it was cross-face cradle and throws the senior to his back. They're up 45-12, Jamie, and there's no mathematical way Solon can come back. The Hawks are going to win this duel. The question now is, what will the final score be?
Yeah, absolutely, and there's going to be a good matchup here at 152 pounds. Two ranked wrestlers going at it. You've got Mitchell Mangold, ranked number 2, Zach Benhive. So should be a great matchup here. Also wanted to mention we have Parents' Night here tonight, Roger, and I know we gave him a shout-out last week on the radio, but Zach Fisher being able to be here tonight as he got out of the hospital this week. He was able to come out for Parents' Night as, of course, a 2-year wrestler already for West Delaware, now a junior. He was able to come out, be recognized tonight. And look at him, he's sitting right behind here tonight. So great to see him, especially everything he's gone so far, and to see him out here in just a second is outstanding.
Well, it was really cool, too, Jamie, because he gave 2 thumbs up. He pumped those fists toward the West Delaware Hawk crowd, and they gave him a standing ovation. That was very inspirational, and just a great job there to be here. Just a fun Parents' Night, just always a great night here. And
have a good match here, I think.
Yeah. There's Mitchell Mangold being taken down here by Zach Bevins. As Mangold got extended, he shot in on a double, couldn't quite get Bevins up off the mat, got extended, and Bevins hit him with a go-behind there. And now a nice switch in the hip heist by Mangold, but off the edge of the mat they go. So long, lanky, Zach Bevins pack, Mitchell Mangold. Bevins a senior, Mangold the senior. This is the heart of the Solon Spartan lineup here, right here in the middle. And again, another one of our featured matches. We had one at 130 taking on Zeb Ganida, and this one right here at 152. Mangold, Bevins is going to lift and return. Mangold tries to come with a standing switch and doesn't quite get his hips out as a hard tight waist by the long lean of Bevins. There's Mangold now, can stand up and face Bevins, 2-point reversal. Bevins is going to sag on Mangold. It's going to have to be at least 1 there. No change there. Mangold trying to see if it's a 1-point escape. Yes, it is. Nice job there by Mitchell. Jay, that was a very important 1 point. It's basically no time left on the clock.
Oh, it really was. It was great job by Mitchell. You know, I thought he still might get a reversal out of that. So going to be Mangold's choice. This is Bever over to Mangold. Mangold will choose down. Of course, some of you tuning in tonight to listen to the Hawkeye basketball game. Iowa at the break, 45-38. So when our coverage is done here tonight, we'll send it in half in progress from Iowa City as the Iowa Hawkeyes leading the Iowa State Cyclones 40 halftime.
Well, and your West Delaware Hawks leading the Solon Spartans here 45-12 as the pin bug has showed up here in great force tonight for the West Delaware Hawks. And we're on right here. Mitchell Mangold down 2-1, ranked number 2 in 2A. Bevan, Jamie 5 or 6 or something in there, ranked number 5. So you've got some outstanding wrestlers out of the WAMAC right here going at it. There's Mangold with the stand-up. Patch around the waist of Mangold. Now front trip by Bevins. Mangold's going to come right back up to his feet. He's going to turn to face Bevins. He's going to tie this up 2-2. Left to go in period 2. There's Mangold now going nice 2-on-1 Russian tie. He's got the right arm of Bevins. Going to drop in on the single of Bevins. Jamie, you've wrestled some tall, lanky people before, and that leverage is something that if you don't finish a shot when you get underneath, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I think that's another situation where Mitchell got in, and he did a great job. You talked about that Russian tie and that 2-on-1, pulling it down to the mat. He set that up perfect. But once the right leg of Bevins, he sat just for a second, and that's all it took for Bevins to be able to kind of to take his, you mentioned how long and lanky in that half a second for him to sprawl out and trap Mitchell underneath.
And so Mitchell, they come right back to work right in the middle of the mat. It's knotted up at 2-2. It's going to be Bevins' choice to start this third period. So a 2-point takedown here by Mangold would be huge. He's going right back to work on that 201. He's got the right arm of Bevins locked up, tied up, and Mitchell Mangold doing a great job on Bevins, working the head, working the shoulders, working the arms of the senior from Solon. Now he's trying to drop in on a double as Bevins finds the white edge of the mat. 4.7 seconds left to go. Now Bevins comes with a couple of head slaps on Mitchell Mangold. We're going to go to the third period. It's going to be Bevins' choice. I would assume that Zach Bevins, his dad would be the assistant coach. I'm pretty sure that TJ used to be the head coach. TJ did.
Yeah, West Delaware, of course, quite an assistant to the coaching staff this year. As of course, you got your normal Scott Litter, Chris Lenz, Pat Phillips, Mitch Payton, Brian Klaus, Dale Meyer, also Doug Engel out there. As Jason White also has been there the last few years for the Hawks. But then you had Brent Lammers and Adam Reth to your coaching staff. Makes it a pretty, and I'm sure the older coaches like those young guys coming in to wrestle with some of the big boys in Reth and Lammers.
Oh, yes, indeed. And
not sure the high schoolers like wrestling with Reth and Lammers, but I tell you what, a new, fresh body out there.
You're exactly right there, Jamie. As Mitchell Mangold, very high riding Bevins, but he's got Bevins at cradle. Got him in a far side cradle. Bevins trying to make himself long here. Mitchell's hip to hip. Mitchell Mangold in very good position right here. He's hip to hip. And now he's got to break the grip, and he's going to cut Bevins loose. It's 3-2 with 55 seconds left to go here.
And now Mitchell's going to have to do something he hasn't been able to do yet in this match, and that's get a takedown on Bevins.
Well, Mitchell still looks fresh, Jamie, so we'll see if he can push the tempo here. He's got 43 seconds. And again, this is one of those situations you work in the wrestling room. You put 30 seconds on the clock here, and you're down. There's going to be a warning against Bevins as Mangold is pushing the tempo here. Now you're down to 30 seconds. Here's that situation. Mangold's going to have to find a shot that's going to have to hit the mark here. 25 seconds left to go. And there's Mangold tries to drop in on a shot. 22 seconds left to go in this match. As Bevins comes back slowly to the mat, Mangold hustles back. We'll see if Mitchell's got one more good shot left with him. 19 seconds left to go. He's going to have to find something very quickly here as Bevins is using that length to keep Mangold away. 13 seconds left to go. Now Mitchell's going to have to pull the trigger here. 8 seconds left to go. Mangold tries to drop in on a shot. Once again, too far away. And Bevins uses that length. Mangold tries to drop in one more time. And Jamie, that's going to do it right there. Zach Bevins, very defensive-minded Zach Bevins right there, Jamie, is going to pick up a 3-2 win.
Yeah, it was. And, that's a good match there. We said it would be a good match, and it certainly was with Bevins and Mangold. Of course, not the result Mitchell Mangold wanted, but I tell you what, that's a great match here for the fans to watch here as we're going to move up to 160 pounds. It'll be Andy Brokaw for Solon, and for West Delaware, it'll be Jared Voss.
Well, Jared Voss has, at weight class of 160, has wrestled some very tough opponents here, and he starting last Thursday at Waverly Shell Rock, just coming up short at Waverly Shell Rock. So he's he's been in the fire, Jamie, so he's got another good one here, the senior from Solon, Andy Brokaw. So we'll see what the fine sophomore from West Delaware has got in store here for the fine senior from Solon. Off the edge of the mat they go again, 1:41 left to go in period number 1, as both wrestlers doing a good job of hand fighting. Good stance there. There's Brokaw trying to shove Voss off the edge of the mat. They do, right into the Solon bench. So right back to the middle we go. 45-15 is our dual meet score here. The Hawks are going to come away with a win. But again, they'd like to finish this duel with 3 straight wins if they could. But again, you're right in the heart, the meat of the Solon lineup here with upperclassmen in Bevins, the senior, Brokaw, the senior, Jack Flynn at 178, the junior, and Seamus Poynton is a junior at 182. That's where we'll end tonight as we started at weight class 195. Back to action we go, off the edge of the mat. There's Jared Voss now working a nice. He's got a 2-on-1 to the right side. He's going to drop in on that single. Let's see if he can finish it. And Jamie, you shot that single with your head to the outside. Now they got that arm across. That's a nice job right there. I was just going to say, they almost made that cardinal mistake of not cutting across to a double to block off.
And unfortunately, he blocked his hands, too.
And he blocked him off, but he picked up, locked his hands there.
Yeah, but you mentioned the hand fighting to get to that single leg. Well, it was outstanding. You know, it was repetitive motion. He kept snapping, kept working the head, and then he got that tie down. And once he let go of that tie, you could see Brokaw pop up, and he shot in on that single. Great job by Jared Voss. But it is going to be 2-1 as Voss locked his hands on top. So a 2-1 lead for Jared Voss over Andy Brokaw.
Now he's going to throw the cross body right in on the left side. Now he's going to throw his right leg over on the right side, try to put them both in. And we'll get a quick stalemate right there by our official as Voss had both legs in. And he tried to come with a power half Nelson on the left side of Brokaw. 16 seconds left to go in period number 1. And Brokaw now with the stand-up. He's going to try to high leg over Voss. We'll see if Voss can hit him with the shallots right here as he's under the right. He's got his left leg trapped. Jared Voss has his right leg trapped in on the left side, and we're not going to get any points right there. Voss did a nice job of staying behind both arms, not giving up any points. It's going to be Voss's choice. He's going to choose down. No deferring there. He's going to choose down. Up 2-1. Weight class 160. And right to action we go. There's a nice inside stand-up by Voss. Cross-body right attempt by Brokaw. He tries to put it in. He's going to turn and face Brokaw. Brokaw will drop in on a double. Voss is going to get a tips out. Nice down block. Heavy hips right now by Jared Voss as he's on top of Brokaw right now. Voss trying to shove Brokaw loose to pick up a one-point escape, and Brokaw's going to drive back in, drop in on a single on the left side of Voss. And once again, we're going to get a stalemate. And Voss will go back down underneath.
And the Hawks on tonight, Roger, 7 pins. They've won 8 matches. 7 of those have come by fall as they've won 8 matches. One was a decision by Ryan Phillips over Zeb Ganida. But, of course, I went all day Saturday without calling Ryan Sam or Sam Ryan. And the first couple times here tonight, I go right ahead and call Ryan Sam. But I tell you, and then, of course, Solon with 3 wins and 2 pins. So it's been a pretty quick duel so far as we haven't even been wrestling an hour yet, and we've only got 3 matches left to go.
Well, when you got 2 aggressive teams here, and Solon's an outstanding tournament team, and as is West Delaware, it's all about pinning people. And if you can put people on their back and keep them there and pin them, you're going to win a lot of matches. You're going to win a lot of tournaments. You're going to win a lot of duels. There's going to be a 2-point reversal by Jared Voss as he's going to sit out and face. He's going to sit out and face Brokaw, and then Brokaw tried to high leg back over him, and Voss had his leg caught on the inside of Brokaw for the 2-point reversal. Now Brokaw's going to stand up, and Voss is going to push him free for a 1-point escape. It's now 4-2 with 44 seconds left to go. Brokaw drops into a staggered stance, leading with his left leg. Voss in that square stance, using those long arms. Talk about somebody with a long wingspan. That's Jared Voss, Jamie. I never noticed how long his arms are. I'm telling you what, he's got quite a span.
He does. He's just long. You know, we always kind of complain about the tall, lanky kids when West Delaware kids have to wrestle him. He's the one that we have on the team. You know, we've had Harrison. I shouldn't just say Harrison. We've had both Goebels. We've had some tall, lanky kids, but Jared Voss is that kid that we always talk about so hard to wrestle because he is so tall.
Well, just a great job, keeping people away, and then, comes with that hard snap and that good hand fighting right there. It's just hard to penetrate to get to his legs. 3 seconds left to go in period number 2. It's 4-2 in favor of Jared Voss from West Delaware. It's going to be Brokaw's choice to start period number 3, and he automatically points down. He will go down position. So we'll see if Jared Voss can lock up a pinning combination here of some sort and pick up some near points. There's a set by Brokaw. There's Voss is going to ride the left side. He's going to go to deep waist and near ankle. That's going to go to an inside wrist on the left side and sit over that ankle of Brokaw. He's going to try to scoop that ankle and go to crossface from left to right, and Brokaw is going to belly down and pull the crossface. Voss again did a nice job there with a hard crossface from left to right, and Brokaw peeled the crossface off. Voss goes right back to work trying to shove the right elbow to set up a crossface cradle possibly. And Brokaw doing a good job with hand control underneath. 128 and counting, period number 3. Nice ride by Voss. Keeping everything forward, out to the side, doing a great job. Brokaw with his head down, now Brokaw's head up, trying to pull that inside wrist up. Voss doing a great job applying pressure forward and across, keeping his weight on the hands, arms, and shoulders of the senior from Solon. And doing the grind, Jamie. I like the grind part there where you just kind of take it out of your opponent.
Yeah, and I think, Jared's doing his best to try to turn Brokaw here, but great job there following behind him as Brokaw tried that switch right off the whistle. Jared Voss, a great job floating is what they call it, and staying right behind him.
Now, Jared Voss gets himself in a little predicament here, Jamie, as he's got his left leg trapped inside the right leg of Brokaw. He's got a far side half Nelson. He's trying to shove the head of Brokaw over and turn him to his back. And you said it, James, he's got to get his hips up. His right hip was down on the mat. Now he's draped. Yeah, he's draped across. He's got his, if I can see behind the official, he's still got his left leg draped, stuck inside the right leg of Brokaw. And he's over the top trying to set up a cradle. 24 seconds left to go. 4-2 is our score. As Jared Voss can find some of the most unusual wrestling positions. Jamie, that's just that unorthodox ability by the sophomore to feel comfortable there.
Oh, it really is. It looked like he was kind of dead to rights there, and he's going to go right back. I think he's trying to get a spladle hooked up, but he can sit right here with 10 seconds left in that spladle situation as he is trying to hook up that spladle where he wraps his leg on the inside and tries to jump over the body and pull up a spladle, but you can sit there, but they're going to get a stalemate again with 3.5 seconds left to go, and Voss leading 4-2.
Well, now you don't want to give up any big points. They're not going to do it, you bet. Nice win there by the sophomore, Jamie.
4-2.
Jared Voss picks up a hard fought. 4-2. That's kind of how we thought. That's kind of how coming into this meet, that's kind of how I thought a lot of the matches would be tonight. But you know what? The Hawks flexed their muscles here a little bit, and have done a great job here. Well, we're going to move up to weight class 170. Wyatt Volker taking on Jack Flynn. And Jamie, you said a lot about this young freshman from West Delaware. He's going to get a test here right now against a very good Jack Flynn.
Yeah, Volker's done a good job this season. Won a match, his match last Thursday night, and then came out, won the Bob Murphy Invitational. So, like you said, a real good test here against Jack Flynn, who's a really good, I believe he's a junior, correct?
He is a junior.
He's a junior for Solon. It'll be a real good test for him.
Well, very physical Jack Flynn, but also a very physical freshman there. And again, we talk about freshmen in these upper weights. A lot of times it's hard for freshmen to step in at a weight above 152 and have a lot of success to start off the season. But the youngster from West Delaware, as you said, Jamie, has done a super job so far. There's Jack Flynn doing a nice job trying to attack the low level of Wyatt Volker, and Wyatt Volker's going to shove him off the edge of the mat. We're going to go back to the middle. Just a short year ago, Volker was wrestling 2-1-1 for the West Delaware Middle School, and now he's thrust right into this varsity lineup. There's a low single shot by Flynn. He's got the right leg of Volker. Volker with a hard whizzer. He's trying to make it very uncomfortable for Flynn. Flynn's going to step over and try to back trip, but Volker's still got that whizzer in. Flynn's going to treetop now as he's got the left leg up. As he's going to back trip Volker, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown right there. I thought it was 2 earlier than that, but he did pick up a 2-point takedown right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought he had it right away when they came down the mat, but he waved his arms off and then gave it to him late. But he is going to pick up a 2-point takedown, so Volker down 2-0 here.
Here comes a cross body ride by Flynn, and Volker's going to kick that free. He's going to step inside Volker, and Volker's going to shrug it and pick up a 2-point reversal of his own right there, and he's going to tie this thing up at 2. He's going right after a ball and chain as he's got the left arm of Flynn trapped between his legs, and Flynn's going to lunge forward and break the grip of Volker. Now knee slide to a short stand-up by Flynn. Volker on both knees behind Flynn. He's going to have to come up and follow him. A sit-out by Flynn, and Volker sits with him. Now a claw ride by Volker from right to left as he's under the arm and around the neck, and Flynn's going to step over the left leg of Wyatt Volker, and that's how this first period is going to end. A lot of great action there, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Flynn comes out and gets the takedown of Volker. That's what we talked about earlier. Not sitting when you get in there. He didn't, and he was able to just keep that action moving and pick up a reversal on Jack Flynn.
We're going right back to the to action there to start the second period. And Volker's going to start down, and he hits a nice stand-up, and Flynn drops in on a single. And Volker's draped over the top of Flynn. Flynn's trying to pop him off. He's got his head between the legs of Volker. He's trying to bump Volker off. Volker's doing a nice job keeping his hips heavy. Now his laces are down, and he's sliding. Nice down block position by the freshman from West Delaware. And we're going to get a quick stalemate right there. And that's one thing I've noticed right now, Jamie. These officials are calling those quick stalemates and getting them back into a wrestling position.
Yeah, and I think coaching staff over there looking for maybe a stalling there as Flynn just went down and grabbed onto the leg of Volker. But like you said, they're going to the stalemate there.
Well, there's a cross body ride again by Flynn. And Volker's going to trap that left ankle of Flynn. Let's see what he can do with it. And Flynn's going to dig that in just a little bit deeper on the left side. I tell you what, that's a ride where you could spend a lot of time on top doing much and nothing, but it looks like you're doing a lot. And that's what Flynn's doing right here. He's got a cross body ride in. Now he reaches across and traps the right arm of Wyatt Volker and trying to put it over his head for a guillotine. Volker's got to be careful here not to give that up with 44 seconds left to go. Flynn's got a guillotine set up, and Volker's going to try to push across. And, boy, that's got to be potentially dangerous right there. It's not, as Wyatt Volker finds himself in the guillotine, and it's going to be a 2-point near fall for Jack Flynn right there. As Volker tried to roll through, and Flynn stopped the action there and held him and got the 2 points. Now Flynn on top once again. He's sitting over the left ankle of Wyatt Volker. Volker now to a nice stand-up. Flynn's going to drop in on a single. Volker now in a nice down block. He's trying to push himself free with 7 seconds left to go. Flynn latches the left knee of Volker and pulls it in tight. Volker finds himself draped over the top of Flynn. And he also still finds himself down 4-2 at the end of the second period.
He's going to go down.
He's going to go down.
See, that's the situation with Volker. You know, you chose down to start that second period and weren't able to get away. So now you got to go to work on top here on Jack Flynn as Flynn chooses down. So go to your best offense. If you can't do it, you got to go to your feet.
Well, there's a short sit there by Flynn to start the whistle. He's going to push right back over Volker. Volker's going to have to readjust, finds himself a little bit too high, so he's going to cut Flynn loose. It's 5-2 right now. And Jack Flynn just doing a good job here, Jamie, of forcing Wyatt Volker to adjust. And when he feels that pressure change, he's been scoring some points there. Volker now back to action on his feet. Heavy on the head is Volker, trying to snap down, trying to push, trying to shove. And Flynn's going to latch on to Volker and go head-to-head, ear-to-ear with the collar tie. And 119 in county, period number 3. And you got the West Delaware coaching staff up off their feet. There's a reshot by Volker. And again, he's got to clear the arms. There's a sweep single by Flynn. He's in deep on the left leg, left knee of Volker. He's got Volker picked to mat. He's trying to split the legs of Volker and pop him off the top. 59 seconds left to go. Volker around the body, around the waist of Flynn. Let's see if Volker can he's on top of Flynn. Let's see if he can get a crossface in. He's got 49 seconds. Jack Flynn hanging on for dear life. Now he's got to readjust and pull that right knee under and cover the hips.
There's the situation of the strength of a junior over a freshman right there. As it looked like Volker was trying to come around the front, and Flynn he couldn't break the hands, and he just about picked him up as we get a stalemate with 32 seconds. But that's the situation there, the upperclassmen having that strength to just kind of pull that in.
Yeah, you're exactly right there, Jamie. Again, that experience level right there. There's a long single shot on the whistle by Volker, and did not surprise Flynn at all, as he's going to go to a front headlock on Volker. Now he's going to try to drop in on a single, and Volker's going to pull him right back up off the mat. You need your victory offense right here, something feet to back. You've got enough time if you're Wyatt Volker. 14 seconds left to go. Volker trying to drop in on it. Flynn doing a nice job blocking him off. There's a slide by Volker. He's going to pick up 2. It's 5-4. Now he's got to do a quick tilt here. Might have a quick tilt. And he's going to run out of time there, and he's going to lose that match 5-4. That was a toughie right there, but Jamie, we knew that would be a great match. And again, that's just going to be a little learning experience for the fine freshman there, wrestling a good opponent.
No, it is, and that's a situation where early on in that match, he gave up that takedown, and that takedown that he gave up, it was a situation where we just about saw it later in the match where all Flynn did was he snapped, and when Volker popped back up, he quit. He kind of went that far ankle pick and pushed him over, and we just about saw it earlier. So one of them things, after getting snapped, you got to pop right back up.
Well, you really do, and we are already at our final match number 14 of this heavyweight WAMAC Eastern half brawl here tonight. And we're going to finish it with a great matchup here with Jack Newhouse for West Delaware taking on Seamus Poynton for Solon. And again, 2 physical specimens right here. These 2 guys are put together. And we know all about Jack Newhouse. He's got a motor that is on full once that whistle blows. And wrestling a very good athlete here from Solon and Seamus Poynton. So great match that we're going to see right here. Another one. And these last few matches that we've had here from weight class, basically 52, 60, 70, and 82. There's a nice snap down and spin by Newhouse. He's going to pick up 2 right there. And that's just showing those cat-quick reflexes and that explosiveness by Jack Newhouse.
It did. And once he got him down there, and that's what I like about, you mentioned earlier, and we both mentioned earlier, the attack presence of mind by these Hawks this year. Right there, Newhouse snaps him down. He goes right in and looking for that front headlock and that drive cradle into the side. And when he couldn't get it, he made sure he got the takedown. But I like that attack mentality that the Hawks have had here tonight. As we're going to get our first blood time of the night. As I did tell Coach Voss earlier tonight, we better not have as many as we did on Saturday, because the wrestlers spent a lot of time in the blood corner on Saturday. At the Bob Murphy Invitational. So we're going to have our first blood time of the night. So what we'll do is we'll take a short break, and we'll come back with the rest of this match. Again, the Hawks lead 48-18. Jack Newhouse leading Seamus Poynton 2-0. 32 seconds left to go first period, and we're back after this from KMCH Sports.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank, with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, located at 225 West Main Street in Manchester and 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back along with you. In studio producer for us tonight is Ashley Vick. First period coming to a close here. Jack Newhouse with a 2-0 lead with 10 seconds left to go in this first period. Hawks lead the duel 48-18, and we're in our final match of the night. As, of course, the Hawks winning 9 matches so far. Solon with 4. West Delaware with 7 pins. Solon with 2. Second period. Newhouse defers to Seamus Poynton. Poynton goes neutral.
Well, Jamie, we never mentioned blood because once you mention blood, then that's what we stay clear of that word when the tournament starts. And we just had a short time out there right there by Seamus Poynton. They got it fixed. Great job by the crew there in the corner. Again, as always, when you come to West Delaware for wrestling meet, not only do you see great wrestling, but you see fans that love the sport, and you see people that love to work here, and that's just been a tradition here for many, many, many years. Well, neutral position we go here with Jack Newhouse up 2-0. Seamus Poynton takes the choice here as Newhouse deferred over to him, and he took neutral. And we'll see if Jack Newhouse can come right back to work with a short, quick, explosive takedown like he ended that first period with. As he's heavy on the head, Poynton now reties with the right. Newhouse doing a nice job controlling the head and shoulders. Now Poynton trying to drive in and create a little pressure coming back into him. There's a 2-on-1 there, Jamie, another Russian tie by the Hawks. So that's something they've been working on early here in the year. Like to see that. And Newhouse back to work as he's trying to attack the left side this time. Poynton he jumps right over to the right side with the tie again. And Poynton's going to counter it as he controls the head of Newhouse. 35 seconds left to go. Again, 2-0 in favor of the junior from West Delaware, Jack Newhouse. Seems like a senior, James. He's been part of this program for a long time, making some outstanding contributions. Front headlock by Newhouse, 19 seconds left. Let's see if he can make this score, make this work. And Poynton's going to square him off and go back to his feet. So 13 seconds left to go. And it's still a 2-0 in favor of Newhouse. Poynton took the choice here, and he has not taken a shot yet on Newhouse. Newhouse has forced the tempo here and forced the pressure, and he peeks over to Coach Voss, and he's going to choose down.
That is certainly not the most exciting period of wrestling we have seen.
I know you think Poynton, when you're going to take neutral, for crying out loud, you think you're going to do something spectacular there, and Poynton did not do a thing there, so Newhouse is going to take that 2-0 lead here, and now he's going to choose down to start the third period. He comes with a nice tripod stand-up. Good hand control by Newhouse. He's going to split the hands of Poynton, and here we go, back to neutral. Newhouse leading 3-0. And, if you're Jack Newhouse right here, Jamie, you're going to try to set up a good shot here. Not going to force anything. Like you always say, Jamie, not going to shoot yourself out of a match right here when you're up 3-0.
No, you're certainly not. And, but that's not really the mentality that Jack wants to have or should have here. You got to be looking to score in this situation. Don't get me wrong. Seamus Poynton's a very good wrestler, but you still got to have you got to be on the attack looking to score here.
But dude, he has not taken a point. Does not well, and Newhouse hasn't taken a shot again since the middle of that first period. And like to see a lot of just a heavy hand fighting, a lot of collar ties, a lot of pushing, shoving here right now. And Newhouse doing a good job making Poynton carry his weight. I think we snapped the head of Poynton down hard and shot that blast double. As Poynton's putting a lot of weight on his heels right now, he might have a good shot at scoring and opening up this match just a little bit more than just a three-point lead. 40 seconds left to go. Number 3, this is our final match. We started at weight class 195 here tonight with Jordan Breeze, and we're going to finish with the bookend, Jack Newhouse, here for the West Delaware Hawks. 27 seconds left to go in a period number 3 with Newhouse once again trying to dent that nice attempt there by Newhouse if he'd have taken that shot. I think he'd have finished it. He just kind of did a quick step in there. Now Poynton all of a sudden finds gear number 5 here with 7 seconds left to go. Now we're going to get stalling against Newhouse. Imagine that as Poynton tries to pick up pick up the tempo here with about 15 seconds left. And they ding Jack Newhouse for stalling. But it's going to be a 3-0 lead for win for Newhouse here over Shane Poynton. And it's going to be a 51-18 win here for West Delaware. Well, let's take a short timeout. Jamie's going to add up all of our facts and our stats for tonight. And I'm not sure if we'll get Coach Voss up here for a quick timeout, for a quick chat. We may not, but we'll see here. So stay tuned. Jamie's got his recap. You won't want to miss that here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance. We service most major brands of appliances, and we are Manchester's exclusive KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Stop in and see us today in the Big Blue Building on West Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-3200.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
This is Dr. Tim Collier from Dental Associates of Manchester. We take pride in the environment we provide our patients with a caring attitude and unsurpassed comfort. For the kind, compassionate, and competent dental care you deserve, call us at 927-GRIN. Dental Associates of Manchester, creating healthy smiles for life.
Whether you are thinking of buying or selling your home, give Homefront Realty a call. We are here to be your advisor, negotiator, and facilitator in the real estate game. Homefront Realty will save you time so you can spend your time cheering on the Hawks. Call Homefront Realty at 927-2111.
Jay's Auto Supercenter in Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. That's Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Jay's Auto!
This is Jamie Vass from Don & Walt LL Lennox dealer in Manchester. For residential or commercial plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, and top-quality Lennox furnaces and air conditioners, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street, Manchester, or call 927-2232.
Family fun and great food await you at Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille's Sports Bar. Come out for a fun night of bowling or watch the big game on their 10-foot HD big screen. And of course, great food and your favorite beverages. Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille's Sports Bar on East Main in Manchester.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Steve Moyle Masonry, a family-owned commercial masonry contractor based in Manchester. Quality is what we're about. Visit us online at smoylemasonry.com.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
And welcome back into the Seedorf Gymnasium. West Delaware victorious tonight, 51-18, the final score over the Solon Spartans. And, we thought this could be a close duel, but we also said that if the Hawks got on a roll, this duel meet could get out of hand. And it kind of did. The Hawks winning 10 of the 14 matches on their way to a 51-18 victory.
Well, Jamie, I guess coming in, to quote KJ just a little bit, he thought the Hawks were going to be a spooky good team. And, the coach from Solon, Blake Williams, who is a fine coach, Jamie, he had some comments about you better consider us one of the best 2A teams around. So we're finding out there's still a little bit of distance between West Delaware and Solon here. But you got to give the Hawks credit for just getting after it tonight, looking for the falls. When they got the Spartans on their back, they recorded the falls. And that's always a good thing.
Oh, it certainly is. As this dual meet started at 195 pounds, Jordan Brees getting the Hawks on the board with a Adam Bach in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Ben Petlin at 220 for the Hawks was then pinned by fourth-ranked Mike Hoyle of Solon in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. That tied the duel up, but that is the last time that Solon would be near the Hawks, as at heavyweight Carson Petlin with a 22-second fall over Michael Broghammer At 106, it was Blake Engel with a 53-second fall over Colin Otteson. At 113, Luke Farmer with a fall in 1 minute and 37 seconds over Jacoby Lahr. And it was Evan Woods with a 40-second fall over Lucas Campman. That put the Hawks up 30-6. At 126 pounds, Aiden Taylor from Solon pinned Riley Dolan in 3 minutes and 51 seconds. And then at 132, one of our featured matchups was Ryan Phillips with a 4-3 decision over Zeb Ganida. That made it 33-12 in favor of the Hawks. Jaden Payton, the outstanding freshman for the Hawks, with a fall in 127 over Aiden Dahl. That made it 39-12. At 145, Cale Meyer with a 1 minute, 21 second fall over Colton Spillman. At 152, it was Zach Bevins with the upset here tonight as fifth-ranked Bevins defeats the second-ranked Mitchell Mangold of West Delaware. That made the score 45-15. Jared Voss made it 48-15 with a 4-2 win over Andy Brokaw. At 170, Jack Flynn of Solon with a 5-4 win over Wyatt Volker of West Delaware. And at 182, Jack Newhouse with a 3-0 win over Seamus Poynton make the final team score 51-18. It's some match totals on the night for the Hawks. They had 11 takedowns, Solon with just 8. West Delaware had 7 falls, Solon with 2, and West Delaware won 10 matches. Solon won 4 in a dual meet that lasted 1 hour and 7 minutes. As the Hawks moved to 2-0 in dual meets, they moved to 1-0 in WAMAC conference action. And a great start, definitely a great start to the season, especially in the WAMAC conference. You know, you come right out of the gate with probably one of your toughest tasks in the WAMAC conference in Solon.
Well, yeah, you know, these are the two best teams on the east side right now, and they're meeting in the first duel of the year. So you're going to test each other. You're going to see what each other has. And for right now, West Delaware's got a fine team, Jamie, with a lot of depth. All you got to do is look at that JV total tonight. The West Delaware Hawks won 17 and lost 5 of the 22 matches on the JV level. So they've got some good kids in the wrestling room, and as they say, iron sharpens iron. So you know you're going to go to the West Delaware Hawk wrestling room, and you're going to get quality competition. You're going to get battles every night, and that's only going to make you better. And that's what we saw here tonight. We saw a very good West Delaware Hawk team take on a very good Solon team, and you can't knock Solon, Jamie, again off that third-place finish on Saturday in the Independence Tournament. 33 teams, and they were the top Iowa team there. Unbelievable. And then the Hawks come in here and just put a spanking to them, and that's what happens.
Absolutely. As that's going to do it for us. Coach Voss is currently talking with the guys from the television, so we will.
We always see where we're.
Yeah, we're second.
We'll take a back seat.
We're second rate here tonight, but I tell you what, we'll talk to him. We'll have him on in the coach's corner Saturday morning, as I'll catch up with Coach Voss Saturday morning. But as we take a look at what is coming up here the rest of the week here on KMCH, as coming up tomorrow.
Well, Jamie,
there we go. I've been waiting for them lights to turn on for a really long time, Roger.
Well, while you fix your little mouse there, we got to talk about Saturday's tournament.
You know, that's what I was trying to get to the
Saturday's tournament at South Winneshiek. That is going to be a headbanger, a slobber knocker, just a brawl, because what's going to happen up there on Saturday is you've got the West Delaware Hawks, of course, and then you're going to throw in New Hampton Chickasaws. You're going to throw in the Denver, who is ranked number 1 with 10 ranked wrestlers right now in Class 1A, and I think that they're very tough.
I am trying really hard to get all the teams that I'm trying to help you out. Trying to get the teams in there.
Well, then you got Osage. You're going to throw in Osage, and you've got, of course, you got the Southwind team there, and they've always got a handful of good people. So that's going to be just a solid tournament with some super fantastic wrestling on the day. So we're looking forward to that. In that hot box, that gym that they have at Solon, it's tight, it's confined, and by the end of the day, the windows are going to be South Winneshiek. It's hot, it's confined up there, and the windows are going to be steamed over, and everybody's going to be all sweaty, and it's just going to be a great day of wrestling.
Oh, it certainly will, Roger. I apologize. The computer just doesn't want to work. It's not responding to anything I'm trying to do. I was trying to get all the teams that were going to be at that tournament on Saturday, and it didn't want to cooperate. So we're going to have to go. You'll have to hear, of course, Saturday morning when we hit the airwaves. All the teams, we'll announce all the teams that'll be there on Saturday. As of course, like you mentioned, some of the big ones: Osage, Denver, and of course New Hampton and West Delaware should be for a little tournament in Calmer, Iowa. It's going to be quite a tournament, and we certainly look forward to bringing that tournament on Saturday. So we're going to, of course, we mentioned we won't talk to Coach Voss tonight. He's still doing some other obligations down there, so we'll talk to him Saturday morning. Coming up tomorrow night, we've got West Delaware boys basketball at Center Point, Urbana. John Swisher, Bill Logan will have the call of that one at around 7:30. And then Saturday morning, John Swisher comes back as he takes over for the Coach's Corner, his first one of the year in the Winter Sports Coach's Corner. As, of